Yo ho ho, Bills Mafia. What's up? It is once again your host, Dan Mitchell.
And your co-host, Aaron Williams.
Oh, my man. What's going on, Aaron?
Man, how was your weekend?
Dude, I'm not going to lie to you. Friday, I probably had one of the worst hangovers I've had in my entire life, like from like the seventh circle of hell.
There we go. That's how it's supposed to like to hear.
Yo, bro, like back in the day, like I had a cement process of not being hungover. And normally what I would do is no matter what I would do, I would come home once the night was over and just face two Gatorades. And the
Yeah.
next morning I woke up like there was absolutely nothing wrong.
No
But I
more, my
mean,
friend.
and so, I mean, now that I'm 29, like that's just not working. So, I mean, I've been like trying
Sir.
to research. So I've been trying to research like some other methods. And so do you have anything? And so
Bro,
what do you
BC
do?
powder, bro.
What's it called?
BC powder. It's literally, you could get it at your local nearest convenience store.
So BCAAs?
No, just B and C, like the
Okay.
letters, and then powder.
Okay.
For all my listeners, for those who enjoy drinking and have a terrible hangover, try taking a BC powder before you drink, or if you forget, just take it afterwards and drink water, and I promise you, you'll feel golden in about 10 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes.
BC powder.
BC powder, bro, works wonders. For real, I'm telling you.
Dude, that's incredible. That's incredible.
Yeah.
Like back in the day. And so like I mean like I've done the Pedialyte thing. I've done the Gatorade thing and stuff like that, but I mean I'm definitely going to have to do like BC powder. One of my buddies, he like had like this crazy grandma, and she recommended eating a half pound of raw beef before you went out and drank.
I don't know about that one, my friend.
Me neither.
Sit here and say that's a great idea, nor can I say it's a bad idea because I haven't tried it. But
Yeah.
I will say I have never tried that tactic ever. So
Oh yeah, I know. Like honestly, like I mean, I've heard that restaurants have like beef tartare and stuff like that. So I mean, I guess it's healthy, but it's just something about raw meat that sort of just gives me the heebie-jeebies. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
bro, I can't do it. No way.
Oh my
Yeah.
god. And so, what did you do this weekend?
Man,
So you utilize your BC powder?
no, I actually didn't. I drank, but I didn't get tore up like that. Like,
Okay,
man, I throw it down, but I be smart with it. At least I try to be now. But
that's good.
I had a family member had a birthday, so we decided to celebrate it in Houston, and it was real fun. It was real cool. Enjoyed myself. I didn't have the same experience you did, and my head wasn't pounding or anything. So
Yeah. And so honestly, I think it really had to do with the fact that I was still just sort of low-key depressed on the Buffalo Bills performance on Tuesday night.
it was nasty. We're not gonna sugarcoat it at all. It was not a performance we wanted to see, but you know what? It had to happen, and we're just gonna learn from it. You know?
Yeah, for sure. And so, I mean, like, I've been trying to tell as many Bills fans as possible that, hey, listen, we weren't going 16-0 this year. This loss was going to happen. But what I think pissed us off the most is how we lost that game, right?
There's a
That's
lot of
what,
pressure in it, for sure.
yeah. So, I mean, like, I just sort of like want to get like one like from you, which I think is going to be hard, and then one dislike, which I think is going to be relatively easy. And then I do want to ask you a specific defense question as well, because I think that you might have the answer for me. But I mean, starting off, like, what was your one like of the game and what was your one dislike of the game?
Man, my first like is, man, we continue to play regardless of what the scoreboard may have been.
Yeah.
My dislike, man, is just as a defensive guy,
Yeah.
you don't give up 45 points. Or
No.
was it 45? Yeah, 45,
Yeah.
right?
Oh, yeah, it was. Yep.
42 or 45. It was one of those two. You don't give up that many points, especially in the league. I mean, it happens, but man, that just, especially to, no disrespect, but to Ryan Tannehill,
I
no
know,
disrespect,
bro.
but to Ryan Tannehill, I mean, he's not an Aaron Rodgers. He's not a Tom Brady. He's not Drew Brees. But I mean, he showed up and showed out. But that just shows you when we are down our starters when we don't have Trey White and we don't have Matt,
Mm-hmm.
it shows us a difference, man. You
Yeah.
know, there's you see the playing level, you see the difference in when you don't have your star players, and we learn what happens.
Okay. All right. And so since we're on that topic right now, honestly, like I feel like you're the best person to ask. And I feel like I've asked you this for the past 3 episodes, but now I feel like you have enough of a sample size. With Matt Milano and with Trey White being out, our defense is still shown to be struggling. So what you have seen so far, what's your diagnosis? What's the issue with our defense right now?
Just man, not having the players, man, not having your star guys, like the guys that are playmakers. And I'm not saying that the guys behind them are not playmakers, but they just that haven't shown that ability yet.
Got
Um,
it.
it's just, I mean, you see what happens when you have how big. First of all, having your key cornerback, that's one of the biggest factors in the game because we're in a passing league. We're in an offensive game. Like nothing about the NFL helps defensive out anyway. It's all meant for offense to succeed.
Yeah.
But have your star guy to shut down your number one receiver. That itself, it it takes away from the game plan because now you got to figure out, okay, we got to look out for this corner. We got to move the safeties over the top. Now we got to move more linebackers over to this way. It makes the game plan a little bit harder because now you don't have like with Trey White, you're excluding that side of the field because he's going to handle his guy. We don't have that guy that you're completely prominent on. It's tough, man. It's real tough.
Yeah.
It's real tough.
And so without Trey White on the field last Tuesday, we could definitely see it. I mean, we all witnessed Josh Norman's soul just get taken from him from Derrick Henry that one
And
play.
I
Oh,
posted something, man. And it was bad. But what I don't understand is a guy like him, you don't go
yeah.
high, in my opinion. And if you go high, you better go hard and fast.
Mm-hmm.
And you better aim at the right time. Because if he gets a hand on you, it's a wrap. A guy like Derrick Henry, that's just they look bad, man. He definitely was a lot of memes for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. There was no shortage of that. And there was no shortage of that. But luckily, there's no harm, no foul because the Patriots just ended up losing to the Broncos. Was a pure field goal game, by the way. I'm pretty sure neither team reached the end zone. And now the Pats are sitting at 2-3. The Bills are 4-1 and basically have some insurance. And we're going to need some insurance because we have a hell of a matchup coming up tomorrow night.
Sure do, man. Kansas City, man, coming in Super Bowl champs.
Defended. I know. So, I mean, I feel like we might as well sort of dive into this. And, I mean, I'm just going to keep a defense for you right now, especially since that's your area of expertise here, right? So, you were defensive coordinator for the Buffalo Bills. What's your game plan going in against the Kansas City Chiefs offense?
Well, let me ask you this. Do you know the inactive roster list? Do you know the list of that yet? Do we have any of that information first?
So Milano and Trey White are back. We basically have our full defense back. And so we're the healthiest we've been in weeks.
I'm going zone. Zone, but I'm having a spy player, which most likely be the linebackers, on Patrick Mahomes. Don't let him get comfortable out of the pocket. But at the same time, we have to control that receiving core, man. That receiving core.
It's fucking scary, man. It's scary as shit.
And they're quick, they're fast. They not only that, you got a tight end like Travis Kelce, who's if arguably not the best tight end in the league right now.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot of impact players, man. Your receivers to your tight end to now having Le'Veon Bell.
I know.
So, but I'm sure he's not going to be a big factor because he just got there. I'm sure he's not well acquainted with the playbook. I'm sure he still has a little injury from where he was at the Jets. So, I mean, I'm not saying he's going to be starting, but right now I'm going zone with a spy player looking on Patrick Mahomes, and it's a big game for our secondary, man. We're going to see where we are against a very dominant receiving core like Kansas City.
Yeah. And so some people are suggesting that we only rush 3 the entire game and drop everybody else into coverage the entire game and keep everything in front of us, especially since we have had very little luck causing pressure against the quarterback. I'm pretty sure we're top 3 right in the league for attempted blitzes, but we're bottom 3 in the league for total quarterback pressures. So I've heard that suggestion as
Yeah.
well.
I mean, but if we're bad at getting quarterback pressure, why only get 3? We're just giving him more time to be comfortable back there. We got to take chances at some point. We can't be, and I'm not going to say we're going to be scared, but we can't be like tentative out there. We got to at least keep him on his toes. We can't let him be comfortable back there and allow the Sammy Watkins and Tyreek Hill get out there and just get open. If you give him valuable time, that's the dangerous part of Kansas City's offense. If you give valuable time, they have enough weapons to where somebody will get open. You give them enough time. So I feel like we take our chances blitzing every now and then, not a lot, but sending 3 is probably not what I would do.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know, man. There's a lot of weapons. So in my eyes, I think there's gonna be a lot of zone coming this weekend or this.
Yeah. And so I feel like, like not unless our defense is a coming out party from 2019, I am largely in the camp of believing that this is going to be a shootout because while the Chiefs are amazing on offense, their defense certainly has its holes. And last week, Derek Carr exposed that. I mean, I am really not scared of their cornerbacks. I think John Brown, I think Stephon Diggs are going to eat them alive, especially say that they dare run man coverage against us. And I mean, you always need to look out for the honey badger, obviously. With
I mean, that's a given though.
yeah.
That's if that's happens if he's anywhere. It's not just if he was in Kansas City. It's just he's the type of playmaker that'll he scares offensive coordinators because you have to watch where he's at because he's not only good at covering, but he makes it possible to where he causes a lot of turnovers and he puts pressures on quarterbacks. So yeah, having an eye on him is for sure. But everyone else, I'm not seeing the mismatch on where we're looking at Kansas City like they have an upside on that side. So I'm good with our offense. I'm Diggs. Keep balling. You know what I'm saying?
I know,
right? Knox, let's have a little bit more better performance than we did.
Yeah.
I think all everybody in general, but I'm not going to single anybody out. But I think just the offense in general, come back with a better performance than we did against Tennessee. But let's keep it real. They did have 16 days to prepare and didn't really do much. So it's exciting though, man. It's another test for us. And it's at home, so hey, are we allowing fans? I heard that we're allowing fans, if I'm not mistaken. New York Pass? No?
Well, dude, from what I understand, so the governor said that he was going to be touring the Bills stadium a week ago and making the decision, but he never showed up apparently. So I think there's still not going to be fans allowed in the stadium.
How legendary would it be if, when things open up, the mayor just does a plunge on a table for the culture?
Listen.
Just to say, welcome back to Bill's Mafia and just – I'm not going to advise him to jump off of a school bus or a truck, but him going through a table would be so legendary.
And so while simultaneously shotgunning while he makes impact as well.
Wearing – what are those pants called? I'm sorry.
Zumbas.
Zumbas, yes. Wearing Zumbas. Oh, I'm gonna try to manifest it because that would be so legendary. I'm gonna actually try to make that happen. Not try to make it happen, but
and so just hit up the mayor, just be like, hey,
hey, come tailgate with us with your people and see what goes on.
Oh my God.
I'm sure he knows what goes on, but come experience it in a different way.
Yeah, no, dude. Honestly, there's nothing that brings more joy to me than watching somebody over the age of 50 go through a table, man. Exclusively for the culture.
We have to make it where it's almost the table is almost already broken. We got
for sure.
Him. But
sure.
I also want to say we gotta be more careful out there with these jumping in on or breaking tables because A lot of y'all out there, and I hope y'all are listening to all the listeners right now. Y'all are missing a table, and y'all are hitting y'all asses on the ground,
Oh
and y'all are
yeah.
hitting those tailbones, and y'all are missing it trying to elbow or use your shoulder. You're missing the table.
Oh yeah.
You're gonna do it. I advise you not to do it, but if you are, let's do better. Make the
Exactly.
break the table, all right, and let's not put fire. Let's not add
No,
it. Let's not do any
exactly.
more crazy stuff. You know what I mean? Let's just keep it simple.
And so I've seen some gruesome like table fails, man. I've seen them try and like their leg bone like completely breaks their skin, like when they miss it completely. I've seen people
Ah,
like just like head plant right in the concrete.
no,
It's
sir.
yeah, dude,
Hmm.
exactly. And I mean, some people they're meant for it, and some just aren't. I
Let
mean,
me ask you this: are you meant for it? Would you, or have you ever?
dude, I haven't. I haven't. Say that it was 5 years ago, then yeah. But I mean, I'm almost 30 years old right now, so I'm not sure whether or not that like my body can handle it. But I mean, so so you give me a 12er, and so say the Bills are like 6-1, 7-1, yeah, 110%. But I wouldn't let somebody throw me into a table though. I would do it on my own behalf because that way I know that I can control the impact.
There's other ways of breaking tables. You don't have to
There
jump
is.
from the top ropes. You can
Yeah, you're
run
right.
in. I'm gonna try and change the culture of breaking tables. We
Okay.
need to start more of like running into tables and breaking them, or into like a big wooden board
Yeah.
or whatever,
Okay.
and have it be artistic about it. Create whatever you want, like
Yeah.
on your wood plank or whatever, and then go through it when the game's about to start. Like, instead of jumping from school buses and trucks and breaking bones, we can make it a little bit safer, just a little bit.
Worst case scenario, just throw some football pads on, bro. Like helmet
I'm
at all.
surprised nobody hasn't done that. Like, found like football pads and a helmet and just went through a wall or something.
And so maybe we should start like making like table breaking gear, right? Like the protective gear exclusively for table breaking. And so
Yeah,
I feel like that would be a hit.
but then we're advising to do it, but we're gonna find out a way.
We'll
We're gonna
find.
find out a way, a safer way to do it. But
Oh my god, man. My god. All right, man. So Monday, 5 p.m. What's your score prediction, and who do you think is the impact player rate of the game?
oh man, you said it's gonna be a gunslinging game, so I'm gonna go. Let's hit. Let's go with 35. Mm, 35-28 maybe.
35-28. Sick. It's funny you say that because I had 35-31.
See, I was gonna say 31, but I was like, I
Let's
like
make it more convincing.
in my opinion, when we win, I feel like it will be by three, three or more.
It's going to be something like that. And then just
Pretty
some fourth
close.
quarter heroics from Josh Allen just to finish it off.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Let me ask you this before you put your predictions. What would you think if Le'Veon Bell be a part of the Bills?
And so I wanted them
You did?
110%.
You think
I
it would
did.
have?
I
You
did.
think it would have improved our offense? I mean, I'm not saying it wouldn't have, but I, what I mean,
Yeah.
I think our guys Singletary is doing. He's not doing a bad job. Can he do
Mm-hmm.
better? Can he improve? Obviously, yes.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
we have two solid guys. That we're gonna risk that for one, to then, you know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. So the reason that I wanted Le'Veon Bell was for one of two reasons. Number one, knowing that he would have just been a rental because the Jets are still covering his salary at this point, and we would have ended up getting him on a.
Son of a bitch.
And so I mean, we would have had a great running back who's not only a like factor when it comes to actually running the ball and being able to pass catch out in the backfield. He's a tremendous blocker. He's a strong dude. He's a very strong dude. And what Josh Allen needs is like that additional like form of protection. And Le'Veon Bell is probably like amongst the best in the league for that alone. So for those two reasons alone, that and just the fact that, right, in my opinion, we get like some like a top tier running back that can just sort of be right in a Bills uniform right up until for the rest of 2020, then like that was an absolute no-brainer for me. I was surprised that he chose Kansas City over us, especially since they already have.
Come
You're
on.
not? You're not?
You're surprised? You're surprised a talent like Le'Veon Bell
Yeah.
is going to a defending Super Bowl champs and could be possibly have our favorite to go back?
Yeah, for sure. But I just feel like, say that I was in his shoes, that I would want to go to a team that, number one, has a shot of making a run, but number two, knowing that I'm going to get the most playing time possible with the Bills.
He's going to have playing time in Kansas City for sure. There's no doubt.
And so you think that he's going to dominate the snaps over Clyde Edwards-Helaire?
Not in the beginning.
Okay. But eventually?
I say you got to remember, we're still week 6, week 5?
Yeah.
6, one of those two. 6. It's still early, bro. We got 10 more games left.
Yeah.
So it's still kind of early. So yeah, he's gonna have time to like fill the offense out, get his feet wet, and then once he does,
yeah,
they're gonna put him in a big rotation at least.
Dude,
that's scary. I'm not worried or anything, but
I knew that he wouldn't go to the Dolphins because they're just not there yet. And yeah, he would have started, but I mean, they're not winning the division this year. So with the Chiefs, yeah, I don't know. And so, I mean, I just thought that maybe he'd come to the Bills because, I mean, he was just like, you know what? Like, I'm like a fan of the underdog here. And second off, I have no idea how the damn Chiefs have money left over at this point, bro. Like right before the offseason, they had $78 in cap space.
I'm not saying $1 million is not a lot of money. Don't get me wrong, but he didn't get a lot. Like in football, like, you know what I mean? Salary.
Yeah.
It's like what he's worth, really. But then again, he is getting paid with the Jets still, so he's fine. He's
just sticking it to Gase, man. He's just sticking it to Gase. It was funny because the 3 teams that he was looking at were the next 3 teams on the New York Jets schedule.
Right.
That had to be a troll from the beginning. He's like, all right, I'm only having conversations with these next 3 teams. Oh, my God, dude. I feel bad for that horrible organization, man.
They're struggling.
Adam Gase, man. I'm surprised he's still in town at this point, man. I really am. But who knows? So, I mean, my prediction for the game, I have us going 35-31. Like I said, I do see it being somewhat of a shootout by itself. I'm hoping that our defense can come up and make a couple of stops when necessary, but at the end of the day, it's just going to be a back and forth. And if the Bills have any chance of winning this game, they need to take advantage of every single possession that they have. Not like last week where – and so the Tennessee Titans, their average starting position was at their own 46. 3 of their touchdown drives started at the 25, 30, and the 16. We can't do that against Kansas City.
Field position is key, man. It's big.
110%. Like, I don't care what defense you put out there. And then if you have drives starting at the 20, the 30, and the 16, you're probably letting up, you know. And so, I mean, you're probably letting up at least 2 touchdowns at this point. So, who knows, man? Who knows? And so, do you have any closing remarks for the Bills Mafia right before we sign off?
Man, keep going strong. Keep doing traditions. Keep tailgating. Root for those boys because it's gonna be a tough one. I'm not gonna lie about this one. It's gonna be a tough game, but you know, I have faith. You know, I believe in those guys. You gotta believe if you're a believer.
You have to, man.
And you know, we'll just see what. But let's not. If something bad happens, let's not get it's over. Let's see not. It's still early. Let's just see what happens first before I say all that. Let's just see what happens.
Exactly. 110%. Well, yeah, Bills Mafia. Once again, thank you for tuning in to yet another edition of Believe in Bills. We're really looking forward to doing this on a weekly basis. We'll be back on Wednesday or Thursday. We'll keep you updated on that. say that you're listening to this on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. Make sure to drop a 5-star review and give us your thoughts. Feel free to tweet us at Real Dan Mitchell and at AJ Williams23 on Twitter. Send us your questions, send us your concerns, whatever you want. And yeah, besides that, guys, let's go Bills and let's get this dub.
Man,
we'll see you next week. Let's do it.